You know that feeling, right? Um, you are staring at your phone. It is Sunday night, and the weekend is just slipping away.
Oh, yeah. The classic Sunday panic.
Right. And you suddenly realize you have absolutely nothing planned to post for your business tomorrow. So today we are pulling a strategy from the Small Business AI Playbook that solves this specific panic.
It is such a common issue.
It really is. And the goal is to unpack this totally free system using ChatGPT to generate like an entire month's worth of social media content in just one sitting.
And importantly, not by magically making you more creative, but by fixing what is essentially a broken system.
Yeah, I think we constantly misdiagnose this Sunday night panic as a lack of inspiration. We tell ourselves, well, I just aren't creative enough.
Exactly. We beat ourselves up. But the playbook makes a really compelling case that it's actually a mechanical failure.
Because we are forcing our brains to perform completely different cognitive tasks all at the exact same time. I mean, we are trying to brainstorm an original concept, format the copy, and publish it under a looming deadline.
It is just way too much cognitive load. You are demanding spontaneous inspiration while simultaneously stressing over the execution.
Right. It is like trying to lay down the train tracks while you are actively driving the locomotive over them. The brain's creative center just completely freezes.
It just shuts down. It does not work.
Wait, though. I see AI-generated posts from local businesses all the time, and to be honest, they usually sound completely soulless.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if the solution here is just handing the wheel over to ChatGPT to relieve that cognitive load, aren't we just adding to the generic noise online?
Well, that robotic tone definitely happens, but it is because people misunderstand how a large language model actually works. If you just open a fresh chat and type, write a social media post for my bakery, well, the AI's context window is entirely empty.
So it basically has no anchor.
Right, zero anchor. So it averages out millions of generic internet posts and gives you the most statistically predictable, boring response possible.
Which is why it sounds like a robot wrote it.
Exactly. So the playbook system works by front-loading that context window. You basically have to establish an identity before you ever ask for content.
So you train it on the parameters of your reality first. Like you tell it you run a warm, friendly artisan bakery and that your customers are local families.
Yes, you are defining the boundaries of the playground. Once the AI understands the persona and the audience, its predictive text generation becomes highly specific to that identity.
Okay, but the playbook doesn't suggest asking for the actual posts even then, right?
Yeah.
The next phase is forcing the AI to build a content menu.
Right. You ask for 30 raw ideas divided into specific categories. So things like education, behind the scenes, or product features.
And why is that intermediate categorization so important?
Because if you skip straight to writing, the AI still leans on broader patterns. But by constraining it to generate mere concepts within rigid categories, you force the AI to solve the logic of what a behind-the-scenes moment actually looks like for your specific bakery.
Oh, I get it. It organizes the strategy first. So you get a list of raw concepts, like a time lapse of sourdough rising.
Yeah, and you select the ones that actually align with what you are doing that week in the shop. And only then do you command the AI to write the captions.
And because you've already established the warm tone and selected a highly specific concept, the text is incredibly focused.
Exactly. Then you just add strict parameters, like keeping it under 150 words.
Which forces the model to cut the generic fluff and write punchy, usable copy. That makes so much sense.
It is incredibly practical.
The playbook actually illustrates this with Priya, who is a bakery owner in Sydney. Her sourdough is incredible, but her online presence was virtually non-existent.
Because every Sunday she hit that exact cognitive wall we were just talking about.
Yeah, she would spend 45 minutes agonizing over a single vague post. But by applying this specific prompting sequence, she sat down on a single quiet morning and mapped out 2 weeks of content in one continuous flow.
She cured her ideation execution paralysis.
And it worked. A customer actually walked into her shop specifically because the algorithm served them one of those highly contextual behind-the-scenes posts.
That is so cool. And notice, the AI didn't invent Priya's bakery. It just provided the architectural structure so she could finally communicate what she was already doing.
It is acting like scaffolding. It removes the terror of the blank page, but the business owner still provides the actual photographs and the authentic real-world experience.
You are separating the planning from the execution, which reclaims a massive amount of mental energy.
It really does. And that leaves you with a really interesting question to consider. If artificial intelligence can completely automate the anxiety of structuring your digital presence, how could you redirect that reclaimed creative energy to make the physical, face-to-face side of your business even more human?